The furniture is in! This is part 2 of building my Nintendo room version 3.0. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. I am building my third Nintendo room, and it's a slow process because we're doing a very large renovation upstairs that had to kind of trickle down here as well. If you've ever done a renovation before or anything like that, there's going to be some damage maybe downstairs, so we've had to add a few things down here. But if you're really interested in the renovation, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Nintendo Collecting on there as well. There's a link in the description below the video, and I've posted a few pictures of what's going on with the renovation on the main floor. I'll also show you at the end of this video what the main floor looks like right now, and then you can look at Instagram and see what it looked like before, which is pretty crazy. So here in part 2, I just want to talk about how I moved all the furniture over, but this is just like a one-step process It's one step of the process that's going to be like, I don't know, a 20-step process. This is going to take a really long time. So furniture's here. We've got all the shelves here. We do have the Nintendo fridge here. It's thankfully on its stand, and the trolley that it's sitting on allows me to move it individually. You can see a little cord right there, or something that I can grab onto. So I can move that fridge on my own now that it's down here. That item I did not move. I paid someone to move the fridge, our bed, and 2 or 3 other very large items like our outdoor umbrella that I didn't want to move myself. Everything else in here I moved. So I really want to thank Mark. Mark, you helped me move one day. Jordan helped me move one day. I also want to thank Jess. Jess helped me move a lot. And ironically, my wife didn't help me move any of this stuff. She happened to be away. I think she timed that perfectly. So what's down here? The shelving's down here. There's my posters that are down here. There's the NES, the old NES coffee table is this one right here. There's also the new NES coffee table. I still have to do a video for that. That's over here along with a lot of the other posters. There's the Pokeball table. It's kind of hard to see, but it is right there. And we also have the Amiibo stand, and there's just a few things from the collection that are over there that made it over. Everything else is stored at my parents' place in the first Nintendo room, Nintendo Room 1.0. I thought it would be a really good idea to make a video called The Tale of 3 Nintendo Rooms, because I did a video in the second Nintendo room at the townhouse that I was just at, that I moved out of, like the second one. And I want to film here, and I want to film in the original one at my parents' place, just to kind of show you what all 3 spaces looked like. Now, I did have this place. We had possession for 2 weeks or about 15 days while we had possession of the townhouse. So it was a big overlap where we could move everything over, which is being great for getting stuff here. But while the renovation's going on, it really means don't set up the collection because there's dust everywhere. So as I said, I put the collection elsewhere. It's not in this house right now. Just all the shelving is. So what'd they do? Upstairs, they had to run some new lines for plumbing, and they realized they could tie them into the bathroom down here. So the bathroom in the Nintendo room is already coming in handy. Wonderful. Yeah, there's a bathroom. The wallpaper's still up. I believe I'm going to start taking that down this weekend if I have time. It's a long weekend here in Canada, so I'm going to take down some of that wallpaper, I hope. There was already a bulkhead here that we're using to get the plumbing, basically, for a sink that I have upstairs. It's like a bar sink that I'm going to have upstairs. So we were able to use that, and we had to do some other things with basically electrical. Here you are seeing some damage that we did to the ceiling while you're doing a renovation. We were down to studs and the floor was exposed, so someone just accidentally tripped or stepped on the drywall. Boom, there was a hole there, and the drywall was kind of misplaced. So that happened. Over here, the story of this one was while we were doing the plumbing, we dropped a lot of water, so that basically the drywall was like drooping, and it looked really, really weird. It almost looked like a painting. It looks really cool, but it had to be patched up. And then here there was already a bulkhead, so I had the idea of running one of the air ducts, or the central air basically, that was underneath the window farther along the space that I can kind of talk about if I go upstairs, and just extend this bulkhead. So we extended that bulkhead. That sucks that it's down here in the Nintendo room, but it's a lot better than having a bulkhead or a weird thing in the floor upstairs. So we had to add to that as well. And this is why the Nintendo room's not set up yet, and this is why it's taking so long. Also, just while we're down here, I'd love to hear as a comment from you, what would you like to see me do with this space? You guys have come up with great ideas. Just to go over a few of them, I should paint the walls. Now keep in mind, the walls in my Nintendo room are absolutely covered in shelves, almost from the floor to the ceiling. So I'm not sure if I'll paint all the walls, but I really like the idea of painting some of the accent walls. So for the Mario wall, maybe I paint that like red or blue. And for a Zelda wall, if that's maybe over there past that pillar, then maybe I painted a light green or something like that. If I have a Pokemon wall, paint that wall and kind of keep that in mind. The trim down here is a wonderful yellow. It's like, I can't even describe what color this is. It's such a strange, it's really hard to see in this light. But let me go in the washroom and show you what this kind of looks like. That's such a weird color, so I should probably paint all the trim as well. What color should the trim be? I was thinking if I can turn it into something interesting, maybe that would be a little bit better than having it a putrid brownish yellow. Would be really weird. So your idea was to paint the wall. I read in your comments. Another idea was, because I mentioned I really want the walls to be Mario themed and to build the Mario level out of decals in the wall in here, which would be neat. But someone said that warp pipe, sorry, this bathroom, the toilet has to be a warp pipe. I kind of agree. I think that would be amazing. I'm wondering how I can figure it out, but I could probably get something. Anyways, some sort of pipe to go around the bottom and make this look like a warp pipe that you go to the bathroom on, which would be really funny. Anyways, I think that'd be a neat idea. I want to make the bullet bill garbage bin as well, so I did buy that already. I'll do a video of that. I've seen someone else do that online, so I'm borrowing their idea. But if you guys have other ideas for down here, let me know. Right now, there was tile. Yeah, I'm just excited. There was tile down here, but it's gone. So I ripped it up because we were ripping up the tile upstairs, and that was a little premature. If you're wondering why, because behind those doors is something, but I want to hold on to that idea because I'm not sure if we can even do that this year. I don't think I have the money for that this year. If you're wondering what this is, that's basically a pantry or a cellar underneath where my front entrance is to the house. So if you have any other ideas for down here, let me know. There's a pillar here that maybe could be turned into a good idea. I might change the carpet out at some point as well, which it should be now. If I do it, I should move all this stuff. The collection's not here yet. We should redo the carpet as everything. The other note I want to make is the fridge is going to go inside of this closet over here. But over this closet, there's two of them. You can see one there and one there. What a waste of space. Again, the closet's almost 4 feet deep. It's ridiculously irregular and huge. I want to combine those closets and tear them down entirely and make that part of the space. If I don't do that, then this year anyways, this will be for the games. I'll put 4 IKEA Billy bookcases probably in here, 2 on the back side and 1 on either side, and they'll just be filled with games. And then I'll keep that one for storage, and behind the fridge will be for storage, which will be in here. I need to get an electrician in. The electrician is going to do some outlets because there's no outlet on this entire wall right now, which is very, again, unusual, so we're going to do that. All right. So that's the end of the Nintendo room tour. I'll give you a brief glimpse upstairs of what we're doing for our renovation and where we're at right now. My battery's gonna die, so I just want to show you, we were down to studs in like all this space, and now we just got drywall. So in another video, I'll give you the idea of what's going to happen on my main floor. I don't think I've ever shown you the main floor of my house before, but this has been a monstrous reno. So this is kind of what I'm living with right now. There are walls everywhere, but again, I'll get into the details in another video. This is what my house looks like right now. This is my life on the daily and all of my effort and all of my stress. I want to thank the crew that's working on my house. You guys have been amazing, and it's really been spectacular, but I'll get to more of that stuff later in another video. Thanks so much for watching part 2 of building my Nintendo room. Oh man, going down the stairs here, by the way, I have some surprises, but I'll get to that in another video, so we'll get there. We'll get there. Thanks for watching part 2 of building the Nintendo room. If you have any suggestions or comments or questions or anything like that, make sure you comment below and just let me know what your ideas are, what your questions are, and anything that you want to say. And I'll try and read your comment and get back to you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, keep smiling while gaming and go collect them all.